Okay, so I'm Andy Lee Graham, and I've lived in 115 countries. Been doing this for over 26 years. And people often ask me why I say that at the beginning. It's because I want to explain that I have credibility in understanding different cultures, my geopolitical understanding, and probably how many times have I entered a country? Probably over 300 or 400 times. Okay, today I want to talk about the feeling that time is pushing me. Time is pushing me around today. What I feel like is I kind of feel like I'm trapped in a church. I'm in Israel. I'm in Jerusalem. Good morning, man.
Good morning, sir. Good Shabbos.
Shabbat. Okay, so these guys were friendly. The I already walked to today is Shabbat, and there's absolutely nothing going on here today. It's really quiet, and it's a holy day here in Israel. But that's kind of like being inside a church, right, or a synagogue or a mosque or something, right? You're feeling like you're a visitor, not a participant, or you're not really at home. There is a lot of Christians here, but it's more or less some sort of different. I don't know what to explain on that. There's some Christians in my hostels, but the most of them are the other group is really I don't know what they're doing. Everybody's here much better than the last time I was here when everybody was in the Alpha Psi hostel where I was at. Everybody was protesting against Israel. Everybody that's here right now wants to be in Israel. I just had a man come up to me and ask me if I loved Israel, and I go, love? I like Israel. I don't really love Israel. It's kind of like being in a church. And do I love to be inside a church all the time? Not really. Okay. But I feel a definite pressure to accomplish something right now. I'm sorry if I have this camera in the wrong place. I'm completely blinded by the sun this morning, but it really feels good because it's the only way to ever get warm. Most of the buildings here are big, kind of brick concrete buildings. Maybe I could show you real quick. They're big bricks. It's brick. It's all brick or rock construction. So it's like always living in a cave. Um, I'm not sure if there's any other differences. There's nothing warm and fuzzy and happy about being in most of these places. It's really like being in a cave. The hostels got a heater, but it's not very warm. But I do have like a duvet or whatever you call it, duvet. That is, hey, there's Aaron. I feel pressure to accomplish something. So time is pushing on me. Oh, here comes my friend. Do you want to be in a video or not?
Maybe.
Let me better shut
Depends
this
on how
off.
much time I have. We're about to go to synagogue.
You're going to go to synagogue.
Yeah, for Shabbat. New Shabbat.
I already walked to the. Hold on, let me shut this off. I can't even see it. As I understood it, he's going to synagogue, okay, which is Jewish. And there's a lot of Go Native here where people are. I think one of the guys from Brazil has got a kippah, a little cap thing, skull cap, and he's put little curls on the side of his head, which is kind of the signal of an ultra orthodox thing. And you don't really see them in other countries. I do see a lot of after army people in many countries, like they're all over in Guatemala. They're after army is they went in the army for a couple of years, then they go on a trip. It's kind of like the same as gap year in England. But going native is what happens, and this is probably what I should be talking about today. Is the time is pushing in on me because there's a great pressure for me to go native. Go native is the idea that you adapt the local culture, you change your clothes, you put on your garb, you do everything, and become part of the local culture. And this absolutely always happens in any country you're going to. There's a great pressure to fit in. And here, this is even more pressure because it's very morning. It's very difficult to disagree because you're kind of disagreeing with the Word of God, right? So, oh my thing. But I'm trying to see this something. I feel pressure to accomplish something before it's too late. What am I supposed to accomplish? I have no idea. My gut tells me I must make a decision now or risk losing the opportunity. I need to make an opportunity for something. I got about, I think about another 50 days in country, and I could extend it for another 30 days after that. But I got to find a compatible way to live in this country without feeling a never-ending pressure like I need to get out of the church. When you're in church, do you sometimes feel like you need to leave? Well, that's what I feel like. The whole country of Israel is a church, and right now I don't know where. This is Shabbat. Shabbat. I think it's Shabatt or something like that. I'm probably spelling it wrong. I was looking it up today, but I think you could not spell it CH. Good morning. And it's my nature to say hello to everybody just as a way to express happiness. Because if you really want to make the world a better place, you better start out with a hello. And if you're going to make the world a better place by dressing up in a uniform, I'm not sure that's going to work. But I feel a pressure. I definitely feel pressure here, like I'm at church and I'm supposed to fit in and I'm supposed to agree with something. And that this man that came up and was saying, do I love Israel, was definitely trying to put pressure on me to say that I love Israel. I don't love Israel. I like Israel. Do I love any country? I'm kind of in love with Togo, West Africa. I'm sometimes in love with Thailand. I really like Thailand in a lot of ways, but I don't know where to fit in. It's just because everything is possible in Thailand. Most countries that I live in, I've lived in 115, right? You can't live economically then have access to anything and everything you want. I'm starting to really love Colombia because it's one of my favorite places, and Colombia was a place where I definitely felt like I was part of a holiness. The Central Park there made me feel a sense of holiness. I don't feel a sense of holiness here, although I do feel a compulsion to pay attention to God. But it's not the Bible that's causing the problem. It's the people that represent the Bible. And this is always the problem, right? You got a difference between a religion and a sense of holiness. But I'm in Israel. I'm in the Holy Land. It's December 20th. I better tell you the correct date. It's Saturday, December 21st, 2024. And I'm traveling around the country trying to understand what's going on with a place which has the capacity to start World War III. Israel has nuclear bombs. Iran's basically trying to do something like that. And if they ever get it, they got 400 million people that want Israel dead, which is, in a way, I also think that most of Europe wants Israel gone. This is not a highly loved country, but I respect them because of their right to live. Oh, my friend. Hey, have you become Jewish? I think he's became Jewish. He went native in the movie The Lawrence of Arabia. He starts dressing up in these long clothes, and that's where they coined the word going native. And whatever you do, going native is absolutely normal. 90% of people, I mean, you get people in Buddhist countries, everybody's becoming Buddhist. I mean, everywhere you go, people start adapting to the local culture. When you're in southern states in the United States and you hear somebody saying y'all, next thing you know, you're saying y'all. I suppose in Michigan, you'd start saying yous. They pluralize you in Michigan. But I'm in Israel, the Holy Land. But there's mandates, prophecies, there's all sorts of things. We got 3 different religions coming together here. And that is the recipe for conflict. A lot of people think that diversity is a recipe for peace. Diversity is the opposite of peace. There's a reason why we put borders between countries, because borders keep people from killing each other. Here is kind of and this is the worst possible thing. Like you have 3 religions fighting over Jerusalem. And I'm not sure what they're fighting over. And that's what my problem is. I have a lot of problems trying to put any, to me, it's a graven image, okay? Israel, I mean, Jerusalem's a graven image, and you're putting a graven image above God or the Spirit of the Lord. And that to me is a sin, okay? So I'm very much in favor of understanding history and understanding the story, but I'm not going to sit here and act like it's anything more special in Bethlehem or Jerusalem or New York City. They're all the same value to me. The culture here is like a New York City culture, uh, wearing religious clothing, okay? But I am living in the church of a country. I'm living in a church called a country of Israel, and so I'm not sure which religion I'm supposed to be. I'm either Muslim, I'm either Christian, or I'm Catholic, or Jewish. But it's quite obvious that a lot of people are uh, trying to endear themselves with the Israelis, which I'm not sure why they would do that. I came here because I knew there was a potential for a nuclear war, and I like history, and I like to travel where history is happening. A lot of people want to go to, Civil War places. They want to go to where, Normandy or something where the world. Right now, and as always, you can go to a place and you can experience history of the thing and try to understand. But as always, in any more, I was talking to a guy the other day, most war zones are highly overrated, meaning that it's like the war's over someplace else and nobody really knows what's going on. And as normal, good morning. It's really tough for these guys to say hello to each other. I feel really sad for people. But a war could start here that could escalate, and I don't know why it would escalate. I mean, if suddenly Iran is erased from the world, is somebody going to come and attack Israel? I don't think so. I think Iran. I think if it ever came down to that situation, like right now, what's more dangerous is probably, well, I don't think it's very dangerous. Is United States is attacking Russia, and we have people in Ukraine actually helping to put long-range weapons into Ukraine. So Ukraine's thing, if it wasn't for Putin and Donald Trump being able to talk to each other, it could escalate. Because all this is about money at the end. But the Ukraine war, I suspect, will be over with by February 1st. February 1st, the latest it'll be going on, because Donald Trump's probably going to cut off all the money to the war machine, and then he's going to get attacked by every single, what would you call it? Every single, they call them neocons. I don't know. There's people that get paid to start wars, okay? And these people that get paid to start wars are everywhere. I can't see the camera very well, so. I truly think that we have made Israel into like a like a statue of Jesus, and as I understand it, that's a graven image, and people dress and they behave and they go into a methodology where they are trying to be holy. And I think that act of trying to be holy is not the same as being holy. So that's the reason why I feel like I'm trapped in a church. And time is pressing down on me to make a decision. But what am I supposed to make a decision for? I'm going to move here in January. I locked in for Christmas, and I hope to go to Bethlehem on Christmas Day. But I'm not sure these young men that I've been hanging around with, they're sort of on the, flighty side. But is the place... Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very good. And you? And is this place worth fighting over? No. Is any place worth fighting over? Almost all land is over territory. And then you say, why are you fighting over it? Okay, but I'm in a place where if I say what I believe and what I think, I'm not sure I'm welcome. Okay. There's some really nice clothing here. Some of these guys, they really do dress up quite big. I went to the Wailing Wall or the Western Wall, and they were really dressed up. And I think everybody that some of these men, it's mostly men though. At the Wailing Wall, I only saw men. Then I saw a few girls that were orchestrating or helping to. Well, they came and told me to stop playing on my phone. But many people go native, so you got to really be careful if you travel that you don't go native. Remain who you are, no matter what, because that routine of who you are, what you do, and how and where and what you do and what you think is what defines you. If you start adopting a new religion because you're in a different country, that's a sure sign of going native. Okay, but coming back with different clothes, putting on the local clothes, these are signs of going native. Sometimes it's a necessity that you have to go native. In some Muslim countries, you have to put a scarf on for women. But most religions are strictly a male sort of thing. Very few religions have any actual female participation in a lot of ways. It's almost always a man sort of thing, which is kind of wrong, in my opinion. Uh, let's see if I can find these notes here. So there's a never ending pressure to fit into the church, to fit into the synagogue, to fit into the mosque. And that is, to me, maybe the whole country of Israel. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love to annoy these guys and say hello to them. Okay. Okay, so this is Shabbat. Shabbat is definitely a holy day, and I will tell you that there's got to be the worst possible day to leave would be on Friday afternoon until, I don't know, Saturday night. Traveling on Saturday is just, again, it's going to be hard for me to even buy food today because I buy food just in time. But you can see that there's no, I made a bunch of videos and there's always a tram going by, and the tram's not running. Most of my coffee shop seems to be closed. Maybe they'll open up later, but everything kind of closed at Friday at 4 o'clock. So you can see that traveling on Friday or Saturday in Israel would be very difficult. I'll just tell you that because everything shuts down. And then maybe a good day might be on Monday morning, but so Sunday is now your new Monday. My Yvonne, my friend, that's I don't know what the deal is with some of these people. They all got something. It's like everybody's got a master plan that I don't know about, right? She's from Colombia, and she's all dressed up in a dress. And this is Saturday. This is not Sunday, so they're going somewhere. And this friend of mine, Aaron, that came up earlier, said he was going to synagogue. I have no clue what he's doing. But that's the reason why I said I'm trapped in a place where I'm supposed to make a decision to try to say what would make me fit in. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I've lived in 115 countries, been doing this for 26 years. And there seems to be a lot of people from like India walking around right now, I think. But I'm here and you're not. Why not? Probably because you didn't want to get trapped in a church or a synagogue or a mosque. Let me see if I can find the button to shut this off.